Four blindfolded people are circling around each other, randomly ducking and pushing each other around. The goal? Don't get smacked in the face with a dead fish.
Okay, everybody, you might want to step to the back of the room here. Kind of get to the side. All right, gentlemen, your blindfolds.
It's part of the celebration of my roommate's birthday, which for some reason is fish-themed. Yes, I said fish-themed. There are shark birthday hats, goldfish crackers, balloons shaped like fish, and, well, actual fish, both dead and alive. I'm not much of a party person, and me and my roommate are somewhat opposite personality types. He loves skiing, hiking, going to concerts, and listening to EDM. I like staying home, being cozy, reading, and getting REM. So when a birthday party with dancing, music, and a crowd was planned, I knew I had to come up with a project. Something to distract me from the noise, the crowd, and the idea of a birthday podcast was born. My plan? Interview as many guests as I could at the party, and hopefully at the end I could put together something that would be nostalgic to look back on, something to smile about and remember the party, but also give me a project to work on. Let's now listen to part 1 of those interviews. Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask you is, how long have you known Josh? Well, first introduce yourself, state your name, and how long have you known Josh and where did you meet him at?
Okay, my name is Anna, and I met Josh probably in 2020 or 2021. I don't remember, but I met him in Life Group. It was when I joined that particular group that I met him, and he was friends with some of my friends. And yeah, we just kind of fell into the same circle.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. And thinking about your time with Josh over the years, is there a specific story that comes to your mind that you would say, oh, this is a Josh story?
Oh, a Josh story. Well, I feel like all of the birthday parties are very Josh. One of the first things I knew about Josh was that he liked EDM music. And so the first birthday party I came to, there was a whole bunch of EDM music and dancing in the basement in his cabin. And that's kind of been my picture of Josh. And also, one time he went to, I forget what the band is called, something about a mouse or a rat or a banana, I don't remember. But he and Noah got dressed up and went to the EDM concert, and that feels like a very Josh thing. That's,
okay.
Yeah.
And what are some qualities, some attributes or qualities about Josh that you really appreciate him being as a friend?
I like that question. I think he has a very sarcastic side, but then he also, in some moments, has been very sweet and kind and reassuring. So I appreciate that he has a sense of humor, but also a bit of a gentle side. I think I appreciate that as one of his female friends. You can tell he cares a lot about his friends, and yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay, and final question is, do you have any encouragement for him for the upcoming year, or maybe some bits of wisdom that you can pass on to him to keep in mind for the next year that he's...
Bits of wisdom? Oh, I don't know. I'm not the best life advice giver, but I think, from what I know about Josh, I think just keep doing what you love and keep having fun doing it. I think that's the most important thing, is that It seems like he has fun during life. He's always laughing, so I would just say keep doing that and put God first while you're doing that. And yeah, that's that's kind of all I have to say
Okay.
for that.
Well, I just want to thank you for taking part of the podcast,
Yeah.
and I'm going to let you go, and hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me to be interviewed for Josh's birthday podcast.
Thanks for having me.
My first question is going to be to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you met him at.
Oh, man. I've known him for about 4 years, I think, when I first started coming to the crossing. And then I met him at church. Or did I meet him at church? Let's see. Yeah, I think I met him at church. And then, life group. Yeah, that's right. We first started coming to Chad and Daniel's life group.
And introduce yourself?
Oh, my name is Eric.
Okay. Okay, so my second question is, looking back on your friendship with Josh, is there a specific story that kind of pops out in your mind as, this is a Josh story?
I don't know if I can. The only things I think of with Josh are skiing and then eating Del Taco.
Okay, has there been like a favorite trip you've had with him, or an experience like a skiing trip or a camping trip or something that you like kind of stands out that you really enjoyed?
That Vancouver trip we took to Whistler was pretty cool. That was a super fun trip with Josh. I remember him getting super mad at me and Nick at the Chinese restaurant we went to after the flight.
What did he get mad at you for?
We were playing with the chopsticks. And,
It was just annoying you.
And they had this lazy Susan in the middle of the table that we were messing around with, and he was, It's annoying.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are some qualities about Josh that you really appreciate as a friend of his?
I really appreciate how he can bring people together from all different walks of life, and just how welcoming he is to people, and just does a really good job of caring for people well too.
Okay, and final question is, for the upcoming year, do you have any encouragements for Josh or bits of wisdom to pass along to him that he can use for the next year?
I would say I would just encourage him to continue just being himself, being joyful, and to ski as much as his heart's desire.
All right. Well, thank you for, again, sitting down and doing an interview with me.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the night and enjoy the party.
Thanks.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for joining me for a quick interview and for participating in the podcast of Josh's birthday party. First question I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you met him.
All right. My name's Caleb Bowling. I met Josh probably a year and a half ago at the Crossing Church, and we've been buddies for a year and a half now, just going to lunch after church, playing volleyball, all the good bro stuff.
Awesome. And you kind of somewhat answered this, but maybe you have a different answer. Looking back on your friendship with Josh, what are some of your favorite memories or a story that sticks out where you're like, oh, this is a Josh story?
A Josh story. I'd have to think on that one.
All right, or just a favorite memory you
I
have.
think probably my favorite characteristic of Josh is his humor. He bounces humor off of people. So if you start a joke, he'll so quickly latch on to the bit and he'll continue it. and so you can like bounce jokes off of each other. That's probably my favorite quality about Josh.
Okay. And wow, you're a reminder, because my next question would be, what are some of Josh's qualities that you enjoy about him as a friend?
Yeah, he's a good question asker. He's invitational. He gathers people. People want to be around him. He's a fun guy.
All right, and final question, super short and easy interview. Do you have any encouragement or advice that you could pass on to Josh for the upcoming year?
I noticed this past year he wasn't as fishy as he could be. And given the theme of this party, he's probably got to step up his game for next year.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe find a better fishing spot.
Yeah.
I've never been fishing with Josh, but
well,
I haven't heard any big fish stories. So
yeah, from what he tells me, he's not very good at it. So, well, I don't know, but yeah. Again, thank you for a short sitting down, doing a short interview with me. I'll let you go, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the party.
Awesome.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Josh.
All right. Thank you for joining me for Josh's birthday podcast.
Yeah, no problem.
The first question I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you met him.
Okay. My name is David. I guess I'll just a little bit about myself. I moved to Colorado 2011. Grew up in Arizona and Utah. I work as a heavy-duty mechanic for the Department of Energy. I have known Josh since 2016, roughly. I met him through Ross Kirk, who was a good friend of mine, and that's kind of how I got introduced to Josh, and just kind of went from there.
Okay. And thinking about your friendship with Josh throughout the years, is there a specific story that comes to mind that makes you think, oh, this is a Josh story?
Oh, man.
Or a favorite memory you have?
Memory. I think, memories, like, I've loved all of the camping trips that he organizes every year. I don't have a specific memory, but I just, those are the ones that
Kind of stick out.
those camping trips.
Okay. And what are some qualities about Josh that you really appreciate as a friend of his?
I think he's a great, like a connector type person. He seems to know a lot of people that I know, and I've been surprised at like how many people he knows or that he's met that I also know, like that have been to like some of his get-togethers, and I'm there, and I'm like, wait, how do you what? So that was kind of crazy. But yeah, he's super like outgoing, and I think that's a cool characteristic that he has. Just being able to like connect with people and get groups together, just like tonight.
Right. All right. Final question. For the upcoming year, do you have any bits of wisdom or encouragement that you'd like to pass along to Josh?
I guess just keep doing what you're doing. Keep being who you are. Stay true to yourself. And take advantage of experiences.
Right. Yeah. Well, again, thank you for joining me. I'm going to let you go, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
Thanks, Joel.
Yep. All right. Thank you for joining me for Josh's birthday podcast, both of you. Individually, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you met him. So whoever wants to go first.
Alright, I can go first. My name is Cole. I have known Josh, probably for about 3 years now, and I met him at Life Group.
All right, yeah, my name's Anton, and I've known Josh for about 2 years. I met him also at Life Group. The same one.
Awesome. Thinking back on your friendship with Josh over the years, is there a favorite memory of yours or a story that sticks out where you're like, oh, this is a Josh story?
For me, it was hiking with him on Capitol Peak. That was a big mountain for him, a big objective that he'd been wanting to do for years, but never truly had the balls to do it until I came into his life. And it was fun seeing him summit that mountain and constantly complaining about how quickly I was going and leaving him behind.
I think for me, shortly after I met you, Josh, it was actually your birthday. So one of the very first times that I ever hung out with you and the crew was up at your mountain cabin. And that was a pretty fun night. Just getting to see your cabin and then seeing you dance to EDM music for like 3 straight hours was entertaining to say the least. So I'd probably say that was one of my first memories and one of my favorite ones.
Okay. What are some qualities about Josh that you appreciate as a friend of his?
I appreciate his laugh because it makes me laugh.
Is that a quality though?
Yeah, how someone laughs is a quality about them. Don't take that away from Josh. He's a very good laugh. I enjoy his piano skills as well, and he's very, very talented with music. And I always like watching him play during worship service.
And that one time that he accidentally hit the key with his pinky.
Hell yeah!
Right in the middle. What was it, during prayer?
Yeah, during prayer. He's got to do that more often intentionally just to start off the prayers, I think.
I think that's one of my favorite qualities about Josh, kind of going off of that, is just the way that he influences situations.
Oh.
Sometimes to make it funny, sometimes to make it serious. And so he just has a special gift of disrupting the Sunday service to make it funny.
Good.
All right, last question. Super easy. Do you have any encouragement or bits of advice to pass on to Josh for the next year?
I think one of mine, Josh, I recently just saw that you adopted probably about 20 new kids that are currently in your sync right now. So I just want to encourage you into that and just want to see you as you step into fatherhood. Just really treat them well, raise them well, feed them well, change their water. I'm excited to see where they go. Growing into bigger fish. I'm just really excited to see how that grows you and to see how they grow as well. And I think that there's so many different attributes about you that the Lord will use to make you further into the man of God that you're becoming and who He wants you to be. So I'm just really excited to see how many of them are left next year at this time. Hopefully it's all of them. I expect all of them. And I wish you the best.
Wow, you must have had that pre-planned. Yeah, Josh, I hope just along those lines, hold steadfast to your children. Don't let them die. All right?
Better not let them die.
Yeah, don't let them die. And feed them well.
All right. Well, again, thank you for taking a short amount of time to do an interview with me. I will let you go, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you, Joel.
Yeah.
We appreciate
Thank
you and
you.
your service.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me for the interview.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. The first question I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you met him at.
Okay, hi, my name is Gracie. Josh is my dead mom. I've known him for almost 6 years now. We met because we were in the same life group, and then my brother moved in with him, and I ended up over at his house all the time.
Okay. And thinking about your past friendship with Josh, is there a specific story that kind of sticks out in your mind that you think, oh, this is a Josh story?
One of my favorite Josh stories, I always say Josh is the friend that, like, without Jesus, there's no explanation as to why we would be friends, but, like, he's one of my favorite friends because it's just so random. And one of my favorite Josh stories is that I got him this sticker from Dutch Bros one year that was like Dutch Mom for Mother's Day, and I gave it to him, and he like loved it, and then he lost the water bottle that he put it on, and he was like actually so upset that he lost that water bottle, and he like told me about it. So I got him new stickers and it was fine, but just like the fact that he was actually attached to that water bottle and just went with like the stupid joke, I just think that just sums up me and Josh's friendship.
Okay, and what are some qualities about Josh that you really appreciate as a friend of his?
Josh is always super encouraging. I remember when he was teaching me to snowboard, he was such a like, just, that was great, get up and try again. Even though he's like really good at this and I was really bad at it. So I think he's an encourager. And he also is such a people person, and he brings people together, and people just love being around him, and I think that's a really Christ-like quality about Josh.
Okay, and final question is, for the upcoming year, do you have any bits of wisdom or encouragement that you would like to pass along to Josh for the next year, basically?
Wisdom or encouragement? I feel like Josh gives me wisdom. I think just keep being Josh and keep loving people in the way that you love them, because you love them in a way that like no one else does, and the world needs that.
Okay, well, thank you for taking the time to do the interview. I'm going to let you go, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
Thank you, you too.
Okay, thank you for joining me for Josh's birthday podcast. The first question I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you met him at.
My name is Patrick Miller, and I've known Josh for about 15 years almost. And I first met him through Life Group Bible Study at Summit View Church here in Fort Collins.
Okay, and thinking on your past friendship with Josh, is there a specific story that kind of sticks out in your mind that you think, oh, this is a Josh story?
Yeah, we went to Las Vegas, and we went dancing in the club, and he had these awesome star glasses that just made him look fantabulous. And that's pretty much been an identifier of Josh and I ever since.
All right. What are some qualities about Josh that you really appreciate as a friend of his?
He's a great guy. He's always been a good friend, and he challenges me to be more of a Christ-driven person. But he's always so real and easy to be around. I don't have to put on a fake face. I can just be myself all the time.
All right. And last question is, do you have any encouragement or bits of wisdom to pass along to Josh for the upcoming year?
Yeah, being a part of the Old Man Club is more fun than he likes to think. So.
All right. Well, again, thank you for sitting down and doing an interview with me. I'm going to let you go, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me for Josh's birthday podcast. First question I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and where did you meet him at?
My name's Terrell. And let's see, I've known Josh since, I want to say like 2009. So that's about 16 years ago. That's hard to believe. Been that long. Actually met him at Summit View, same place where I met Joel and some other friends that we all knew there. I just showed up there one day. I was already a Christian, but hadn't been going to church for, I don't know, maybe a couple years or something. And I went there not really expecting to make any friends. I just went there because I thought it'd be good for me to go back to church. And then there were some good people that started talking to me. Travis Swartz was one of them. And I think Josh was in that group. Joel was in that group. Eric Kahn. Yeah, there was a lot of people that were very friendly when I first met there. But yeah, and then kept continuing to go to that church. Yeah, mainly because everybody was so friendly to me, and just, I don't know, became better friends with Josh. And,
All right. Yeah. Looking back on your friendship with Josh, is there a specific story that kind of sticks out and you think, oh, that's a Josh story? Or maybe just a favorite memory of yours, like a favorite trip you went on with him, or
I mean, I guess everyone that knows him knows he's always kind of I don't know what the good word is. He's good at bringing people together. I don't know, that's just something about him. He's always been very generous and outgoing with his time, I guess, and inviting people over to his house a lot. I think since he's moved to this house, yeah, he's had a lot of different parties here, social events, and football games, and whatever else. I guess I don't watch hockey too much. He does a lot of hockey.
Neither do I.
But yeah, the camping trips has been, I can't even remember how many years he organizes that. Not that it takes a ton of organization, but it's just like trying to get, friends on board. And he's just he's very good at introducing some of his friends to other friends. Everyone who knows him knows that. He just, like on the camping trip, he'll invite all kinds of people that he knows, either from work or church or different things, and they oftentimes were people I didn't know very well, and it was just always a pretty cool experience getting to know other people on those camping trips. But
yeah. Okay. And so this is the final question. Do you have any encouragements or advice for Josh for his upcoming, the next year for him?
Oh, keep doing what you're doing. You're on a good path. I never thought you were on a bad path, Josh, but I appreciate you maintaining our friendship, even when I guess I kind of wasn't going to church that much again, and you kind of helped encourage me to come back again, and I appreciated that. Sorry, I'm talking about myself.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
No, but yeah, keep doing
what you're doing.
Yeah, you're an encouragement to all of us that know you, and I appreciate that.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go, and I appreciate you taking the time to do this, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
Yeah, thank you, Joel.
Yep. It was now time to take a break, present the birthday cake, and sing happy birthday. Okay, it wasn't a cake. It was a glazed donut. But you get the idea. Now, let's get back to the interviews and finally learn why exactly is this party fish themed. We'll find that out in the next interview. All right, well, thank you for joining me for the podcast. First question I'm going to ask you is, how long have you known Josh, and where did you meet him at?
Good. I have known Josh for 5 years.
And I'm sorry, introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Noah. I am Josh's party planner.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the second question is, think about your time, like your experiences with Josh.
Mm-hmm.
What's a story that comes to mind that makes you think, oh, this is a Josh story?
Yes. Let's see here. So, actually, his first party that we threw together was a space-themed birthday party, and Josh and I came up with a few ideas, and of course, it involved a lot of EDM music, and we decided that everybody would wear name tags that say, "Hello, my name is," and then we wrote space before everybody's names. And so it was really dumb. But that is very Josh. Even though he's 43 this year, he's got a sense of humor of like an 18-year-old, which is pretty fun.
Okay. And what are some personality traits or qualities about Josh that you really appreciate as a friend, him as being a friend of yours?
Yes, I like that he's honest. He'll tell you if you're wrong, and I like that he cares about you very genuinely, and that's reflected through his honesty. So, yep.
Okay, and lastly, actually not the last question. I have one more question specifically for you, but we'll get to that last. Do you have any encouragement or kind of things that you want to encourage Josh in the upcoming year? What are some things that you can or some wisdom you have for him?
Yes. Yep. Keep the mustache full and shampoo on a regular basis.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That is good advice.
Yep.
And this is specifically for you. How did this fish theme come to fruition? Tell the story of how...
Yeah. So, have to be honest, this has all been Josh's desire. Okay. Ever since I started throwing his birthday parties like 4 years ago. It's been his desire that a fish theme would come forward, but honestly, quite frankly, we weren't ready for it until this year. So we're bringing it big with the fish theme in 2025.
All right. Well, I just want to thank you for taking part of the podcast, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for joining me for Josh's birthday podcast.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So my first question is, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you met him at.
Gotcha. I'm Tara. I met him on Hinge. We met, I think it was the end of July, so maybe 4-ish months ago. Our first date was at, I think it was Cafe Mexicali's where I actually met him.
Okay, and thinking about your past times with Josh, is there a specific story that comes to mind where you're like, oh, this is a Josh story?
Ooh, I don't even know yet. I think just like anything that makes him laugh. He has this like ha ha laugh that like, I don't know. It's just funny when he does it. So.
Okay. What are some qualities about Josh that you really appreciate as a friend of his?
Super thoughtful, willing to do different things, just have fun or be helpful. Offers to help, which I just said helpful. But yeah, that sounds good. Great. We'll go with that.
All right. Last question.
Okay.
Super short interview, like I said. Do you have any words of wisdom or encouragement for Josh for the upcoming year?
He's always going to do this, but just like have fun and enjoy and try not to get bogged down by this stuff.
All right. Well, thank you again for sitting down and doing an interview with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for joining me for Josh's birthday podcast. First question I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself and let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you met him.
Okay. My name is Ross. I've known Josh for 30 years. No, I'm just kidding. Ever since he started at church, where we go to church. And I've known Josh for, it's probably 15 years now. Yeah.
Okay, and thinking about your past with Josh, is there a specific story that comes to mind that you, like, immediately comes to mind and it's like, oh, that's a Josh story?
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of embarrassing, but we went to an EDM concert at Red Rocks a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, probably 3 or 4 years ago. And I couldn't find Debbie, my wife, for a long period of time. And so we spent a lot of time wandering around Red Rocks trying to find her. We couldn't. And so that was the scariest moment I've had since I've been married to Debbie. But Josh did a lot to help out. He stood by me and walked around with me and asked a lot of the people who worked for Red Rocks where we might find her and things like that. But Josh has, when I first got into EDM, electronic dance music, before I was in high school, so kind of like middle school, maybe start of high school, I had shared with Josh some of the music I listened to, and ever since then we've been doing a lot of fun shows like that. But Josh has been a good friend. He's been helpful when I've been through a divorce a long time ago, and I was roommates with him and you, Joel, a long time ago, and that was just really pivotal in our friendship, and then also knowing you, Joel, for a long time, especially in this house. You and I had the same room. I used to live in that room, a while back, but I appreciate Josh's humor and his care for other people. He still cares, and he knows kind of when you're going through a rough time. He's there for you, even though he's really busy most of the time. But
yeah, and that kind of answers part of it. You can expound if you want to. Next question I was going to ask, which you kind of somewhat already answered, is what are some qualities about Josh that you really appreciate as a friend of his?
He's trustworthy. He is very caring and kind. And he is just very honest. He's, he takes his time to really have a good time, and he wants to make sure that you're having a good time when he's hosting or when he's spending time with you. And he cares about you and how you're feeling, and he loves to be around people, and it's just one of his gifts of giving, I think, to give time, to give food. I don't know. To give to other people. I think he's very good at that, and that's a gift that God has given him to serve people in that way.
Okay, and final question is, in the upcoming next year, do you have any encouragements for Josh or wisdom to pass on to him?
Continue. I don't know. I know that he's spending time with a gal right now, and so I just encourage him, and to take it patiently, but also at the same time, maybe start thinking about the future more, if that's really going to be something that he wants to do long term, if they might get even closer, if that's even possible. But advice would be just to continue to trust God with everything going on in his life, and continue to have a good time and continue to build deeper friendships with others for long periods of time.
All right. Well, thank you for coming up and doing an interview for Josh's podcast. I'm going to let you go and hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Thank you for joining me for Josh's birthday podcast. First question I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and where you met him at.
So I am Tyler Filko. I met Josh roughly 3.5 years ago when I started going to the Crossing. He was one of the first people to say hello. And through coming to this house, because I got to know Spencer pretty quickly, I got to know the amazing person of Joh McGarvey through the Bible study that actually was held here.
Okay. And thinking about your previous friendship with Josh, is there a favorite memory or a specific story that comes to mind that you're like, oh, this is a Josh story?
There's two that come to mind, and the thing that almost is a common thread between all of these memories is the joy and laughter that always is associated with spending time with Josh. One of them is going to the Blackhawks versus Avalanche hockey game where I joined Josh wearing the coveted red jersey that is of the Blackhawks, which is a team that not a huge fan, but I had to support Josh and just enjoying the moment and sharing hockey with him as Spencer was not having a good time because the Blackhawks were winning. Or the second, when we were getting dating advice about... I don't even remember the ridiculous situation we came up with, but we were talking to ChatGPT trying to get dating advice, and we were just laughing as we described an absolutely horrible situation that just kept getting worse until ChatGPT just told us to stop.
All right. And what are some qualities about Josh that you really appreciate as a friend of his?
So I think first and foremost is his intentionality and willingness to ask questions. Like there was a ski trip last year when I was going through some hard things where he pragmatic set up the ski day so that we could go out and have fun and brought me along. So it just felt like I was cared for in all the things that were happening, but also that he not only cared that I had fun, but also was heard as a person, which is something that outlines even the fun, whimsical side of Josh, where he's always up to crack a joke or enjoy an awkward conversation that just is full of laughter, or just serving well. It's all wrapped behind like the primary personality trait of intentionality and caring.
Okay, final question is, do you have any bits of advice or wisdom to pass along to Josh for the upcoming year?
I would say rejoice in the good friends and gifts. I know you do, but it's something always to remember. And it gets so busy in life with your crazy job where you're obviously spending most of your time organizing Legos or working up at the mountain's house or caring for people, just to take a step back and to see the amazing community that God has provided you, and also is reflective of just all the lives that you've touched, that you've impacted in such a positive way, whether it's caring for people who needed to be heard, whether it's providing a home where everybody feels welcome to come and watch hockey games or play D&D in the basement, or just in the way that you lead worship and care for people at the church. Just like take a step back and rejoice in those good things that you're a part of and that God has blessed you with.
All right. Well, again, thank you for sitting down and doing a short interview with me. I'm going to let you go, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for joining for this interview for Josh's birthday podcast. The first question I'm going to ask is just introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you've met him.
Yeah, my name's Spencer. I met Josh at Life Group about 5 years ago, and I've been living with him for the last 3 years. So,
okay. And thinking back on your friendship and time with Josh, is there a favorite memory or story that sticks out that, oh, this is a Josh story?
there's so many. I think there's too many to list here. But one of my very favorite things about my friendship with Josh is all of the little like running gags and running jokes that we have with each other, whether it's yelling at Joel when he sneezes too much, or complimenting each other's non-existent earrings and asking where the cave is. Things like that have just made it an incredible blessing to be friends with Josh.
And so what are some qualities about Josh that you appreciate being a friend of his?
Yeah, he's incredibly patient, and he has an incredible joy in the Lord. He's been a very patient friend to me as he's a little further along in a lot of life situations and seasons than I am, and so he's been able to bring me along and teach me what it means to be a man, and has been incredibly patient as he's been doing it. And then he also just brings an exuberance and a joy to life that comes from the Lord but bleeds into everything he does.
All right, and final question. For the upcoming year, do you have any encouragements or bits of advice for Josh?
Yeah, just keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, my friend. Continue to seek God like he's treasure worth losing everything else to gain, and everything else will kind of settle into place. If you act as if God is better than anything else, he'll demonstrate that you're right.
All right. Well, thank you for sitting down for a short interview. I'm going to let you go, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
Awesome. Thanks, Joel.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me for an interview for Josh's podcast. First question I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and where you met him.
Yeah, my name is Zeb, and I met Josh at the Crossing. I've known him for almost 3 years.
Okay. And looking back on your friendship with Josh, is there a specific story that kind of sticks out in your mind and you think, oh, this is a Josh story?
Yeah, actually, this happened earlier this year when he recruited me to fly out to Chicago to go to an EDM concert the first weekend that school started. And after said EDM concert, which was great, we went to a karaoke bar and karaoke to Pink Pony Club.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have not heard this.
Yeah,
So.
it was very Josh.
Okay, and what are some qualities that you really appreciate about Josh as a friend?
Yeah, well, he's a little fishy. It's Josh. Definitely a fishy guy, but very genuine and fun-loving. Yeah, and he's a good guy to be around. He's like all for his people. Like, I'll help you out when you need it. Yeah, he's always been there for me.
Cool. And then final question. For the upcoming year, do you have any bits of wisdom or encouragement that you can pass along to Josh?
Yeah. You should like sell your mountain house so you're not like in debt constantly. Love you, Josh.
All right. Well, again, thank you for doing this interview with me. I'm going to let you go, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
Yeah, thanks, you too.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining me for Josh's birthday podcast. First question I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you met him.
Okay. I'm Tori, and I'm Spencer and Gracie's younger sister. So I think I met Josh maybe 5 years ago, probably. We were in life group together for a while, so that's kind of how it got started. So it's been good.
Okay, and thinking about your friendship with Josh, is there a favorite memory of yours or a story that sticks out where you say, oh, this is a Josh story?
That's a good question. There's been a lot of fun moments. I think probably one of the best ones was at a different birthday when we were up at his cabin, witnessing him have to unwrap about 30 snow globes. It probably wasn't actually that many, but it was a lot. And just his reaction to each individual snow globe was pretty good. So that's the one that comes to mind initially.
All right. And what are some qualities about Josh that you appreciate as a friend of his?
You know, he's very fun. He always is, got something fun going on, and he's very kind. And he actually genuinely cares about his friends. So I'd say he's a very good friend, and I would say I still struggle with the Blackhawks fandom, but it's okay. He also will support the Avs. So yeah, overall he's a very good friend.
Okay, and final question, short interview. Do you have any encouragements or bits of wisdom for the next year for Josh? Kind of something that you'd encourage him to keep doing, or...
I think the main one would just be to find a way to keep me off of his volleyball team. I think as soon as he figures out how to keep me off of his team, his numbers will he'll get back in the win column more frequently. So that would be my main advice.
All right. Well, thank you again for sitting down and doing a quick interview with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me for Josh's birthday podcast. The first question I'm going to ask you is to introduce yourself. Let me know how long you've known Josh and kind of where you met him at.
Okay. So my name is TJ. I met Josh through Noah, I believe, in 2022. And so, what is that, 3-4 years now? And I can't remember exactly where I met him specifically, but I know I met him through Noah. So
Okay.
It was probably at a church thing. So
Right.
Yeah.
Looking back kind of on your friendship with Josh, is there a specific story that comes to mind that kind of you think of, oh, this is a Josh story?
Honestly, his birthday party a few years ago, where it was cowboy themed, I pulled up right as he was on. He was on sitting on a mechanical bull, and I just thought, yep, that's his house. That's the right place. Yep.
Okay. And then what are some qualities that Josh has that you really appreciate as a friend of his?
I just like that he goes through life with a real light-hearted attitude. I just think he's super fun to be around. It's hard to be stressed around somebody like that always has a positive outlook, and I feel like I can just kind of be myself and be loose around him. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then this is the final question.
Okay.
Do you have any encouragements or bits of wisdom for him for the upcoming year?
Okay, so he's 43 now?
Yeah.
I would say, if I was 43, I'd say start taking either Tylenol or aspirin on a regular basis. No, I'm kidding. He's probably fine. For him, I'd say, see, he already skis So maybe I should tell him, don't take too much risks. Now that you're 43, like maybe back off just a little bit.
Yeah, he does tend to break things.
He does. So, yeah, maybe that's in line with the Tylenol and aspirin advice.
Right.
Maybe do both.
All right, well, I want to thank you for your time and coming to do an interview with me. I'm going to let you go, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the party.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, welcome to another segment of Josh's Birthday Podcast. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us how you met Josh and how long you've known him.
Yeah, my name is Joel, and I've known Josh since the Stone Age. And we met, we went to, before he went to the Crossing, we met at a church called Summit View, where we were in the same small group. And throughout the years, we've been roommates off and on, and now we've been roommates for pretty much forever. So.
Awesome, thanks. When I ask for a Josh story or a Josh memory, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
It's interesting because me and Josh have very different personalities. He's much more of an extrovert and much more of like, he likes to ski and hike and go to concerts. I'm not like super into any of those things. I'm more like the creative type. I like the introspection. I like to read a lot. So although we don't have like we don't do a ton of stuff together, probably one of my favorite memories and Josh things is we went to there was a showing. There was this movie called Dolphin Tale. And we went to the cheap theater to go and see Dolphin Tale 2. And we designed these buttons to wear for the movie. Because in Dolphin Tale 2, like, the dolphin's tail gets, like, cut off. And it's like an amputee dolphin. So we made these like buttons that had like these bloody fish tails. And I thought that was pretty funny.
I love it. And you mentioned you and Josh have different personalities. What are some of the personality traits or characteristics that you appreciate the most about Josh?
I think probably the thing I appreciate Josh about the most is he's very much of an initiative person. Where, that's definitely an area that I struggle in. He like introduces himself to new people all the time, and he's constantly gaining new friends. And there's like 40 people that come to his birthday parties, and he just makes friends wherever he goes. And I definitely admire that about him because that's much of a harder thing for me to do.
That's really good. All right, last question or prompt, I suppose. Do you have any advice or encouragement for Josh in this upcoming year?
So this is my advice to Josh. I think Josh needs to take some time to slow down. I think he is always busy, always doing something, and I think it would benefit him to maybe take a few more chances to just get away and relax and not be as stressed. But yeah, he loves... That's kind of the way he connects with people too, and he really enjoys it. So at the same time, continue to be true to yourself and what kind of drives you. But as you get older, you need more rest. So
that's good. Awesome. Well, thanks, Joel. Thanks for doing all these interviews, and thanks for all your hard work. Well done.
Yep. With that, all the people that wanted to take part in the podcast had done their interviews. Some common things that had come up was, one, Josh was really good at bringing people together from all sorts of walks of life. He initiated and invited people into his home and into his life. And second, Josh was just really fun to be around. He loved to joke around and have crazy parties that involved fish or maybe riding broncos, or who knows what will happen next year. Two qualities that I don't necessarily have, but maybe I can learn from them in the future. And with that, it was time to go down, listen to EDM, and get the dance party on. Hopefully not too late into the night.
Sure. Yeah, he doesn't have like the. He's not as